Hi, everybody. I'd like to introduce you, to Victor and Tash, who are here today to talk about Wildlife AI, which is based in the beautiful Taranaki, where I live as well. Um, when we just start, Victor, could you introduce yourself and explain a little bit about what you've done leading up until now, and then Tash?
Yeah. So I'm Victor. I am the founder of Wildlife.ai. I'm originally from Spain, but I've been in Aotearoa for 14 years already. And I'm a conservation biologist by training. So I did my PhD at Victoria University in Wellington. And 4 years ago, I moved here to beautiful Taranaki. And yeah, been loving it ever since.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
passing it on to Tash.
Kia ora, everyone. Yeah, so I'm Tash. I've lived in Taranaki for 20 years, so pretty much my home. I'm a teacher by trade, and I've been with Wildlife AI for nearly a year, creating the Wild About AI, the education program. So thanks for having us, Claire.
Awesome. Victor, can you explain a little bit about Wildlife.ai because there's many projects that fall under this umbrella, I've discovered. If you could explain a little bit about what you're doing for environmental education and environments using AI.
Absolutely. So as I mentioned before, I'm a conservation biologist, and the use of tech for conservation came to be when I was doing my PhD at the university and realizing how much community effort and mahi goes to preserve our tongue species and how technology can help to make it more efficient. So I discovered what AI could do for conservation biology, and also how it could be used for good things, which not a lot of people know about. So that's also why we try to teach the next generation about how these tools can be used for good purposes, for the benefit of all of us.
And what types of environmental sciences are you looking at? Because I know you cover marine biology.
Correct. So yeah, marine biology. At the moment, we have this partnership with the Department of Conservation, where we are trying to support them to monitor marine reserves across the country. And currently, the way that they do that is they set up these GoPro videos. They go inside and outside the marine reserve, and they can see how many fish there are, the species, the size, and how it changes over time, so that they can see whether the marine reserve protection is actually having an influence and monitor the health of the reserves. And the way that it is really excited this project is because we have the chance to bring people down onto the marine reserve through these videos. So we asked citizen scientists or volunteers to help us classify some of that footage, and it was a great tool for people to experience the marine reserves from their comfort of their couch, really. And yeah, kids just on the computers and learning about these unique environments that they can enjoy when the weather clears up.
I thought that the other day when we were watching a video with you, and it was identifying the fish that were within a specific area and the marine life, and the video quality and the photos were beautiful, and it was just cool to see those types of fish and animals that were there, that yeah, a lot of people wouldn't understand or wouldn't have access to. So you are definitely sort of breaching that digital divide that some people may have, with the ability to take them to the marine environment using digital devices, and identifying what they can see for many different purposes, right? So to see how much is there and what's happening and what's the environment like and is the water clean even? So can I see anything, you know? Um, Tash,
Absolutely.
you do
Sorry,
the
just
educational. Oh, sorry, yes.
Yeah, just mentioning that it's also like meaningful for them because they are not only experiencing these underwater environments, but they're also helping to
Yeah.
monitor them. So there's that kind of also that commitment and engagement that you can see on people straight away.
And it's becoming kaitiaki of the environment, which is super important, right? So Tash, you do the educational work with Wild about AI. Can you explain a bit about that for us?
Yes, so a pilot program was initiated in 2023 around Wild About AI. It's connecting the conservation work that Wildlife.ai do with DOC and the gathering of the raw data, the videos of the fish, and Spyfish Aotearoa, where they use to identify the fish and teach the AI to recognise the different species. So Wild About AI is bringing the next generation, like our tamariki, up through to learn about AI and to participate in that citizen scientist work by identifying the fish and learning about machine learning. So it's the pilot program started, like I said, in 2023. This in 2024, I came on board to refine the program. So now it's aligned to the New Zealand curriculum, really takes a deep look at AI, machine learning, conservation, and it's allowing intermediate students and as well as year 9 to 10s to develop an understanding as to why we need to do it, why we need to, why we need to look after our environment and the conservation, and just enabling them to experience various tools that will be available more readily, I think, in the future, like AI. Just to experience how they can be seen for good, as a tool rather than just as a fun, I don't know, fun thing.
See, I
Yeah.
reckon as a kid, like that would tick so many boxes for me as a kid. I'd be like, this is so cool. You must get a really great reaction from kids when you come in and take your lessons.
Absolutely. The feedback we've received from the students, so we've currently got 180 students participating in the Refine program, and the feedback we've had from the students is huge engagement. They're really enjoying it. They're feeling like they're learning something that's worthwhile and beneficial, real life. Yeah. And being able to, like Victor was saying, bring the marine life to the surface so that kids can see it who normally possibly wouldn't get the opportunity to do that. So we're opening that window up as well. Yeah, it's just really broadening minds, and yes, definitely lots of enthusiasm. Yeah.
And is this the sort of program that people from other parts of New Zealand can participate in as well?
Yes, so we're hoping, so we've developed the refined program to be delivered online. And so any schools will be able to access the program to deliver it to their tamariki.
Oh, that's awesome. Okay, so they can go on your website and
Yes, yep.
ask you
On
guys
our website,
questions.
we've got access. Oh, sorry, Claire.
That's right.
On our website, we've got access to our demo, so you can jump in and have a look at the demo, see if it's. You can sorry, I've forgotten the word.
That's all right.
You can participate in the Spyfish Aotearoa. You can see what it's all about. You can see what some of the lesson plans look like, and just the content that's available online. Yeah. And then there'll be the opportunity to sign up for it, which will be great.
So, Victor, has there been any challenges in working in AI and using these technologies?
Yeah, there are a lot of challenges when trying to bring these technologies for good. I think that more than challenges are opportunities. So a lot of people first are a little bit more like afraid AI robots and taking over jobs and stuff like that. But yeah, the opportunities are amazing when the kids they get it straight away and they're like, oh, I can train a model, to identify blue god from a snapper. Can I also train it to do this for my house, because we are having this issue?
Yeah.
Or, they bring it onto their own world or into their own lives, and they find it, ways to straight away use the skills that they learn.
And I
So
guess
yeah.
bearing that in mind, it kind of gives you access to places that people maybe can't normally get to in like the time of day where they might not be able to be there, and yet you can train AI and robotics or whatever to be in this location at a certain time, and then we can gather the data from that. So there's a huge opportunity there of something that could have been a challenge to get somebody into that marine
Mhm.
environment or to get someone into the forest at a certain time. So yeah, it's definitely helping for the greater good.
I think
Absolutely.
touching on that, sorry, Claire, around the challenge of well, how AI is kind of combating that challenge is the Department of Conservation, and when they were prior to putting down the BUVs, a baited underwater video, which is what they used to get the data. Prior to that, people would have to dive down, do the meter square um, surveys, and through that, you're influencing the environment by just being there. It's like the bubbles from the air tanks discourage some species of fish, but it also encourages others. So I think it may have like skewed some of the data that may have come through. So by using the AI and the beta underwater video, you're kind of getting more accurate,
Mm.
an opportunity to get more accurate information.
Yeah, absolutely. And Victor, where do you want to see this going? Like, what's the big future plans for Wildlife.ai?
I think that there is a huge potential for tech and conservation to just learn about everything, really. Um, we we include the Matarangan Maori and the Dale Maori kind of point of view onto the lessons, because we think that is quite important for the Tamariki to learn also that is meaningful for them, and how the Tayao is connected, and how everything that we do it has an impact. Um, so there are different layers there in terms of what the students can learn. They can learn about the Nahiri and other environments, not only the marine ecosystems. They can learn about maths in terms of like how the machine learning models work, and so on. They can learn about the digital technologies in general. So in the future, we would like to leverage this amazing connection that some students that are really into, like the environment, they're like, oh, not keen on tech, computers is not for me. But then throughout the program, they're like, computers are useful, like, oh, they get it. And also the students that are like, oh, I'm really into tech, and computers and, games and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, actually I can use it, for these other things, and it is very useful. So yeah, that kind of like duality, I guess, and the opportunities that those topics bring up, we would like to leverage that, and to engage more Tamariki, and learn real world how this kind of technology, can be used for multiple things, not only for marine environments.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you both so much for your time. This is an amazing project. I really love it, and I love the interaction I've been able to have with you both, sort of leading up into this interview. So thank you very much for your time, and I'm sure we will be definitely seeing a lot more of you.